Okay guys, so what I'm here to talk about today is some NBA, and more specifically, why Klay Thompson may be a better player than Stephen Curry. Now the main reason why I say this is because when you look at Klay Thompson during his 3+ years in the NBA, he has shown to have a more well-rounded skill set than Steph Curry. He has shown that he can shoot. He's above average at taking the ball to the basket, and he's a very good wing defender. But the reason why the overwhelming perception has been that Stephen Curry is the better player is because Stephen Curry has more flash to his game. And in this day and age, the media and the television industry has taught us to kind of take flash over substance per se. And now throughout this video, I'll break down each part of the game and explain why I feel that Klay Thompson is better than Stephen Curry. Okay, so the first category I want to look at is defense. And let's start off with Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry, from the end of last year to this year, has improved a lot on his defensive end, and mainly on his reaction time, because throughout the course of last year, there were a lot of times that Steph Curry would shut off his opposing guard and fall asleep on the defensive end, so much so that he would lose track of where the ball was or where his opponent was, and that would give his opponent a lot of time to shoot the basketball. Now, on the occasion that Steph Curry would play on-ball defense last year, Steph Curry would have a difficult time keeping up with the movement of his opposing guard. His feet weren't fast enough moving laterally or moving backwards to keep up with his opposing guard. So his opposing guard would either blow by him or they would take a step forward and do a step back jumper to create space. Now let's move forward to this year. This year, how Steph Curry has remedied that problem is by sitting on the side of his opposing guard. He doesn't try to guard them up front. He tries to guard them on the side. So, if they blow by him, he can slip his hand and steal the ball away. That's why Steph is averaging 2.1 steals a game. Now, on occasion, his opponent does blow by him, but by staying on the side, when they do, he could either stick his hand when the ball is past him and rip it away like that, or move his hand laterally and swipe down at the ball so that the ball breaks loose from his opposing guard. Now let's move on to Klay Thompson. The reason why Klay Thompson is a very good defender is because he has good foot speed and movement. Foot speed and movement, in my opinion, are the keys to being a very good defender. Because that allows a player like Klay Thompson to constantly be in front of his opposing guard, even if the opposing guard tries to blow by him. And by having good foot speed and movement, you constantly keep your upper body in between the opposing guard and the basket. So every time a player like Chris Paul, like, let's say, James Harden, tries to blow by you, they hit Klay Thompson right in the chest most of the time, and that stops them from attacking the basket right away because that interrupted the flow. Since Klay Thompson has good foot speed and foot movement, that forces opposing players to try to shoot over him. And there's a problem with that also because Klay Thompson has very long arms and it's tough for you to shoot over him without getting a shot altered most of the time. You either have to be Kawhi Leonard, who's just as tall as him, or have a high release. So that's what makes Klay Thompson a good defender. Now let's move on to the next category. Passing. Now, I would describe Klay Thompson as an adequate passer. He can get the ball where it needs to be in terms of passing, but he's not a great passer because he doesn't have the speed that Steph Curry has. Now, his favorite pass is the bounce pass between the legs. And when he ever gets to bring the ball up the court, he uses it 50 to 60% of the time. Now I would describe Steph Curry as a good to very good passer. What makes him a good to very good passer is his speed and quickness on the basketball floor. Steph Curry, whenever he's attacking the basket, is able to draw extra defenders onto him, which allows his teammates to cut into open areas of the floor, and he's able to deliver the pass on point with precision. Now, Steph Curry's favorite pass is the baseball pass. He tends to attack the basket and throw the ball like in a baseball motion over his head to the wide open teammate, which often works. If not, he goes to his secondary pass, which is the bounce pass between the legs. Now let's move on to the shooting category. Now in terms of shooting, Steph Curry is the less efficient shooter between him and Klay Thompson. And the reason why I say this is because Steph Curry, when he shoots the basketball, he has this quick release with a high arc, and that allows him to shoot the ball over people with no space between him and his defender. But that has a downside, because Steph Curry knows he can do this. Sometimes he takes shots from awkward angles without setting his 2 feet, and sometimes he misses them. That's why he's a less efficient shooter, because he tends to take chances. Meanwhile, if you look at Klay Thompson, he's a more traditional shooter. Now, Klay Thompson, in order to get a shot off, he has to set his 2 feet, because his motion is a little bit longer than Steph Curry, and he shoots it just above his eyes. What that means is that Klay Thompson knows that he can't take chances taking awkward shots, because he'll miss badly. Now, this season, Steph Curry is shooting 41.3% from behind the arc, making 3.3 threes a game while taking 8 threes a game. Meanwhile, Klay Thompson this year is shooting 43%, making 3.1 threes out of 7. Now, over the past 2 seasons, Klay Thompson has been shooting the 3 ball slightly better than Steph Curry. Over the past 2 seasons, Klay Thompson is shooting 42.3% from behind the arc, and Steph Curry is shooting 42%. Now the difference between the two is the chances that Steph Curry takes. I'd rather take substance over flash. If Steph Curry would just set his 2 feet, he would shoot nearly 50% from the 3-point line, but he chooses to take chances. Now guys, tell me what you think of this. Peace.